You know, there are several common terms we've often heard used to refer to larger dairy farms in our state: factory, industrial, mega. But one producer says they are painting an incorrect picture. Don Niles is here. He is Dairy Operations Manager for Pagel Family Businesses. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You know, even in our own newsroom, there's times when those terms are used, and I find myself correcting folks because the one thing I've noticed, regardless of size of farm that I have visited, family and passion seem to be the two words that rise to the top for me. I'd imagine you'd have a similar thought process.
Well, absolutely. One of the requirements, if you're going to have a larger, more modernized facility, is you have to impress a lot of people with your ability to properly care for your animals and your ground. Bankers, veterinarians, other people that work with the farm businesses have to think that you're somebody that they can count on to take care of your new operation. So it's a little bit of a high hurdle to achieve, and a person's really got to want to have that as their future.
You know, interestingly, when I have visited some of the operations under the Pagel family umbrella, they have pointed out the number of farm families now involved. Certainly it started with one farm family, but has encompassed many of them. Why is that value so important?
Well, I had the fantastic fortune to start working with John Pagel as his veterinarian when I was a new baby veterinarian here, and he was a new baby farmer. He had 74 cows, and we were both anxious to see what modernization was occurring in the dairy world, how we could take better care of our cows, how we could have more efficient facilities. So we worked together, going to meetings in and out of state, just always looking for what was going on out there. And we started to see that if we could achieve a certain size or certain scale, we could have specialists in different areas caring for the cows and caring for the crops. And we could have our employees have some weekends off and have a chance to live a life like non-farm people. And that allowed us to attract some help that was looking for a lifestyle like that. And certainly John had a large family himself. We had children in our family, and they were looking for futures in agriculture in many cases also. So we wanted to look for opportunities, and a farm of enough scale gave us different opportunities for our next generations.
In a recent opinion piece I had the chance to read that you wrote, the word industrial was one that kind of took issue with a few things for you. Why is it that in farming, the word industrial seems to have different connotations than it does outside?
Well, in dairy farming in particular, we're talking about caring for animals. And industrial, many people I think use the term without really thinking about it. Industrial implies, though, a certain grimness or glumness, very hands-off type treatment of your animals. And to be successful with cows on any scale, you have to take good care of those cows. What the farms of our size allow us to do is have some different options and some different challenges. Large-scale farming is not for everybody, but most every farm out there that wants to continue in the business is looking for some new edge or new opportunity to allow them to stay in modern day agriculture. That could be expanding the farm, that could be organic production, it could be other side businesses related to the farm, but everybody's looking for that way to allow them to stay in dairying.
Does Wisconsin have a place for farms of all sizes?
Absolutely. When I came here as a veterinarian in 1983, it was mostly small farms at that time, and some of the most wonderful farmers I ever had a chance to work with were our clients at the time. And actually every large farm in Kewaunee County now comes from one of those farms, one of those small farms that decided their future would benefit from having their farm expand on that same site with that same family. They had very hard discussions with their kids. Kids coming home and saying, boy, we'd love to stay farming, but we also want to go out for football. We want to go out for basketball. We want to go out for band. We can't do that because we have to come home for chores. And the expansion was the way that family could figure we can have enough of us working here together and still maintaining the kind of lifestyle that will be appealing to the next generation. This would be the opportunity for us. And that's where that decision often came from. And a lot of families decided that wasn't worth the risk. They chose not to do that. But the expansion issue itself is interesting, but the industrial term, I think, creates the wrong impression. My job is to care for the cows that I'm responsible for on my farms, as if I was reincarnated as a cow, I would want to be on that same farm.
Well, we appreciate you helping us remember that words, in fact, matter a lot, especially in these conversations. Thank you, Don, for being here. We'll be right back.